January 9, 2007. A man walked onto a stage holding a device that would change the world forever. As the audience applauded, executives at one of the world's biggest smartphone companies weren't impressed. They believed the product would fail. After all, it had no physical keyboard, a short battery life, and an unproven touchscreen. One executive reportedly believed business professionals would never give up the keyboard they loved. That company was BlackBerry. At the time, BlackBerry controlled the smartphone industry. Presidents, CEOs, and governments trusted its devices every day. Millions believed BlackBerry would remain the king of mobile technology for decades. But the company made one decision that changed everything. Instead of preparing for the future, it defended the past. Within just a few years, the company that once ruled the smartphone world would lose billions of dollars, millions of customers, and its position as the industry leader. This is the story of how one of the greatest technology companies in history ignored the future and paid the ultimate price. BlackBerry had everything a technology company could dream of. Its phones were trusted by world leaders, Fortune 500 CEOs, and millions of professionals. The company dominated the smartphone market and earned billions of dollars every year. From the outside, it looked unstoppable. But inside the company, a dangerous belief was growing. Executives were convinced that customers would never abandon physical keyboards for touchscreens. They believed security and email were all people really wanted. Meanwhile, Apple wasn't just building a new phone. It was creating a completely new way of using technology. The iPhone wasn't designed only for business. It was built for everyone. It made browsing the internet, watching videos, listening to music, and using apps easier than ever before. Then, in 2008, Apple launched the App Store. That single decision changed the smartphone industry forever. Soon after, Google introduced Android, allowing companies like Samsung, HTC, and Motorola to produce powerful smartphones for millions of people around the world. The market was changing at incredible speed, but BlackBerry was still focused on protecting what had made it successful in the past. While competitors were building the future, BlackBerry was trying to defend yesterday's success, and that mistake would soon cost the company everything. By 2012, the outcome was clear. The smartphone king had lost its crown. Customers who once couldn't imagine living without a BlackBerry were now lining up outside Apple stores and buying Android devices in record numbers. Developers stopped building apps for BlackBerry. Businesses began switching to newer platforms. Even loyal users started leaving. BlackBerry tried everything. It launched new touchscreen phones, redesigned its operating system, and introduced innovative security features. But every move came too late. The company was no longer leading the market. It was chasing it. Eventually, BlackBerry stopped manufacturing its own smartphones, bringing an end to one of the most remarkable chapters in technology history. The lesson isn't that BlackBerry built bad phones. The lesson is that it failed to recognize how quickly the world was changing. It believed people would always value what had worked yesterday. Apple believed people would embrace what was possible tomorrow. And in business, tomorrow almost always beats yesterday. Today, BlackBerry still exists as a software and cybersecurity company, but its days as the king of smartphones are over. Its story reminds us that no company is too big to fail. No market leader is guaranteed to stay on top. The moment a company stops listening to its customers and stops innovating, someone else begins building the future. And that's exactly how one decision turned an industry giant into a business lesson studied around the world.